Okay, let's get into the sister wound a little bit, ladies. And men, if you're here, obviously you can listen to this because there's so much healing going on currently. And there's a lot of things that are being brought to the surface, but it's only being brought to the surface so that we can actually look at it, that we can heal it, that we can integrate it, and all move to like a higher timeline and this like new world that we all want to be living in and being a part of, you know? Um so I want to specifically talk about this like competition. And I actually, now that I think about it, I did actually bring it up uh in my video of women kind of already targeting an ex of a person that they're dating and automatically thinking like this person isn't good, yada yada. Like again, if you watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then I would just recommend you go watch it because I'm not gonna go into that because that was a completely separate message. But I did talk about that does come from like this competition, that this competitiveness that has been ingrained in us, and that's actually what keeps us separate. And it shows up obviously in many different ways. It shows up in many different scenarios. And one of the other ways that it's showing up is when a particular woman starts healing herself, starts coming back to herself, starts coming back to her truth, her authentic expression, and her gifts. And then she gets the freaking courage to start expressing it, to start putting out her light, to start putting out her gifts. And then other women see that and get automatically triggered and competitive and and feel that they need to put that down, you know, in whatever way, shape, or form. And this is just another way that the sister wound and this competitiveness comes up. And it is something obviously that we need to heal, all of us women. Again, this has been ingrained in us. And if you are a woman that's doing this work and really reclaiming your feminine, you're healing your femininity, and you know, you've gone down that rabbit hole of like, you know, the witch hunts, because that's literally where it started. That's where a lot of it started, where women would backstab each other, like metaphorically. I don't know, maybe actually too, but anyway, where, you know, in fear, and it's understandable why they were doing it, in fear of their lives, they were literally, you know, blaming their friends that, you know, they're doing this witchcraft or spell or whatever just so they wouldn't get, you know, burned. Um so there's a deep wounding in us that needs to be healed, needs to be looked at. And I do believe, because there are, if you look, there are more and more women stepping into their truth, stepping into their authenticity. They're finding their voice, they're using their voice, and there's so much going on because even men are getting triggered. And I'm even seeing this. I'm seeing both women and men unhealed men and women get triggered. And this isn't a judgment, this isn't a criticism. I've most likely even played it in this years ago, for sure. For sure. I mean, I grew up in this system as well. But I'm just more conscious of it now. And if anything, now, like, truly, when I see other women use their voice authentically and it comes from a very grounded authentic place where you can tell they're not doing things to gain validation, because that's actually the wounded feminine, right? If you're doing something because you want external validation and you want people to, like, bow down to you and think you're this something special, that is a wounded feminine, right? But if you see women, and I am seeing more and more women, like, truly embody their authentic selves and don't give any, like, f's of you know presenting their truth, coming into themselves, showing their gifts, being authentic, using their voice. Oh my God, I think it's like the most beautiful thing. I truly do. But again, it's because I don't see that as a competition. I see that as a mirror of, like, hey, like, this is almost like an invitation for me to step in further, of sharing my light, of sharing my gifts, right? And I just think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a very beautiful thing when people feel confident within themselves and they're able to express their truth, their authenticity, to share their light. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, and it is happening. But the women that are stepping into this light, stepping into this role, finding their worth and their confidence, in sharing their voice, in sharing who they are, and sharing their light, it's also causing, it's acting as a mirror for women who are ready to also step into their power and their light. It's acting as a mirror to them to be like, yes, green light, go do this, right? But it's also acting as a mirror to the women who are still unhealed and see it as a competition. And hopefully, if this is you, again, this is not an attack on you at all. This is just like, can you realize where this is coming from? Because this is being a mirror to show you your own wounding that needs to be healed. And again, we all have it. Every single woman has it. And the women that are just stepping into that power, stepping into that light, we've done a lot of healing around that, right? Where it doesn't trigger our sense of like lack of self-worth to diminish that other person, right? Because that's all that's happening, ladies. So whichever one you're at, whether you're the one who you found your voice, you're sharing your gifts, but yet you feel a little bit attacked by some women, you might have lost friends, or you just there's certain people out there who are just like, who do you think you are, yada yada yada, right? Just like, realize you are causing this uncomfort for them to wake up, to heal whatever they need to heal, right? And if you're the woman that is triggered by another woman being her authentic self and sharing her gifts, just realize that is a mirror to you and an invitation for you to heal whatever is within you, so that you can come into the light. Because see, women who truly are like, we're speaking out, we're using our gifts, we're coming into ourselves and being authentic and sharing that with others, we want you guys to be doing that as well. Like, I don't think you understand. It's not about, you know, only select few women that, can shine the brightest in the sky. No, 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 no. It's also an invitation for you to do that. It's also an invitation for you to heal the wounding that you need to heal so that you can come into that, right? It's not about someone being better than somebody else. No, because we all have different gifts. We all have different things that we need to share, and everybody has a place. Everybody has a place. And that is this new world, how this new earth is going to look like, is when we can realize that just because, I don't know, Susie somewhere online or whatever is stepping into her power and sharing her light does not mean that you're of any less. Like, you're not worth any less. She just has a different gift that she is able to share, and you have something different that you're also able to share. So I really want, women to start thinking about this, because this is something that we really need to heal within ourselves. Unfortunately, society has taught us that, like, there's only room for, you know, a few individuals, not everybody, just a few. And for those few, we need to look up to them. No, like, oh my God, no, no. It's funny because when I see somebody who's truly embodied and they're a woman and they're sharing their light, I'm just like, that's awesome, because like she's proof that like I can also be doing the same thing, just in a different way, my own way, a way that will resonate with a certain few. My goal is not to get everybody. My goal is not for me to be pedestalized and people to bow down to me. 11/11 when I said that, because but that's not my goal. It's never been. And I feel like I actually feel like I've always been like this, actually, now when I think about it. Yeah. And I think it's just the way that I grew up. I was always aware, and this is not me tooting my horn. Truly, it's not. I'm sharing my experience. You could have been the same as well. But I actually grew up in an area. So I grew up in downtown Toronto, and I grew up in an area, when I was young. There was actually a lot of celebrities, always booking, um, like whatever movies, shows, or I guess music videos that they were filming. I was in that area where there were just celebrities always around. Like, I saw so many celebrities when I was little. And by the way, this is not me pedestalizing them at all, because I never went crazy for them ever. I walked by so many people, um like well-known celebrities, um and I never it's funny, whenever I walked by them, I was always like, okay, you're a person that happens to be on TV, and you like people happen to know your name. Big whoop. Truly, like that was always my stance. And I feel like, because I remember, I don't know if I want to name them, because again, like, I don't really care. I don't care. And the funny thing is, I'm actually bad with these names, because that's how much I care. I don't. I don't. Which is why I'm always like, that, that movie, that actor, what's his name? And then like they'll be like, um, I don't know, like Jim Carrey or Mel Gibson or what. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that. And I'm like, show me a picture. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that person. Because I really don't care. Um, but it's funny because I made eye contact with a few of them, because I would recognize them, like, oh, and I would walk like right by them. And I feel like, from what I remember, because I was younger as well, they would even like look at me, and the way that they looked at me, I think they could tell that I was like, I just did not care who they were, and the fact that they were like on TV. Truly, they were like, I think they saw the energy of that. I wasn't like, oh my God, ew, no. And if you do that, I'm not judging you. I just like, that to me is cringe. Like, I never pedestalized anybody ever, because I'm just like, why I like, why should I pedestalize you just because you're on TV? Or why should I pedestalize you because, I don't know, you're sharing something about yourself and you're doing it in a unique way? Like, yes, I can say that it's cool. It is cool, like, sure. Um like, the funny thing is, actually, like, I feel like I celebrate people more when they're not celebrities. Just because I really don't care. Like, wow, you're on TV. Cool. Cool. Congratulations. I don't know. It's just like, so who cares? Um Anyway, I don't know. I'm trying to like, this is a little bit of a rant. I've been doing a little bit of rant videos, which is fine because I feel like that's what I'm being called to like speak to, because this is also just my experience. I have been experiencing this of like women kind of being triggered of like with me speaking out and like less celebrating me, which I don't need. I truly don't. But I've been like, "Oh, I want to help you feel more confident in your own skin. I actually want you to succeed. I actually want you to find your own voice and find your own gifts and share that because I think it's a beautiful thing. Like, I actually want this for others, truly." And the funny thing is, like, in places that I have worked at, like in the corporations I've worked at, every single person that always met me and I like had to train or whatever, they always were like, "Whoa, like you're always motivating me to like, do the thing that I want to do." I'm like, "Yeah, why not? If that's your gift, if that's what you've come to share with the world, do it. Like, what? Why are you here?" Like they'd be like, "I don't know. I want to quit now." And I don't know. That's just always been me. Always been me. I've always seen the light in others, even if they didn't see it in themselves. And I've always been like, "Look at this beautiful gift you have. Share it." And the thing that people lack is like this like self-confidence to do it, or they worry like, is it going to be accepted, right? And like I do have to say, like, when you do start reclaiming your power, reclaiming your voice, coming back to yourself, coming back to your light, you will go through a period where literally no one will agree with you. You won't get the outer validation, but I think that's like a test to see, it's like, are you going to stick to this? Are you going to continue? Regardless how many people watched it, how many people clapped for you, how many people complimented you, do you yourself believe it? Do you yourself, value what you're doing? Do you yourself like really enjoy it, right? And regardless of what people say, it's like you show up, you do it, and eventually it will reach the right people, right? But again, it's like you have to do it because you truly want to, right? Right? Because you truly want to, not because you want the outer validation. But kind of going back to like the wounding in women, this also comes from, and I did also experience this when I was growing up. It's like, I can't remember if this was even said to me or I just felt the energy of it. I think this was said to me. Yeah, it was actually, because people would tell me that like um I would intimidate them. I'm like, why? They're like, I don't know. It's just like your energy or whatever just comes in and just like and the messaging that I got from that, which many women get from that, is you take up too much space. Be small. Be smaller. And I actually remember I wanted to like shut down my light and not take up so much space because I didn't want anybody to feel like overwhelmed by that, or I didn't want people to think that I was trying to be something. You know what I mean? Like take the room where they felt like they couldn't fit in. Does that make sense? And I feel like a lot of women do this because in some way, shape, or form they're told by somebody like, whoa, you're taking up too much space. And all it is, ladies, is because your light is so bright. And when we shine that brightly, when your light is so bright and there's somebody with you that they themselves aren't shining their own light, again, they just feel like it's an attack. And then they have to take control of the situation and tell you, by the way, like you're too much. You're taking up too much space. Blah 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 blah, and they try to diminish you so you can basically make your light smaller so that you kind of fit onto their level. And then they feel comfortable. Then they're like, "Oh, love you." But as soon as you start finding yourself and you start finding your light and you start shining that. And the person who hasn't, again, is going to feel intimidated, is going to feel threatened, and then they're going to say, no, 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 this is not good. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Be the example. Shine your light brightly. Take up space, because there's more than enough space for everybody. There's way more than enough space for everyone on this planet to be shining brightly. Keep shining so that you can trigger a remembrance in other people that they can do this too. They're allowed to do this too, right? It's not just one person, it's not just a few. Again, have you ever taken a look at the sky when the stars are, shining? Was there ever just like, oh, well, there's 5 stars that are like the best and the brightest, and what makes the sky beautiful is because all the stars are shining, each and every single one of them. They're all beautiful, and that's what makes the night sky beautiful. Like, how sad would it be if you look up and it's like, the sky is black and there's only like 5 stars shining? To me, that's kind of sad. I think it's beautiful when the whole sky is like just clustered with these beautiful lights. That represents us, guys. And truly, you need to find your own light. You need to find your own worthiness. You need to understand that just because another woman is speaking out, using her voice, being authentic, sharing her gifts, sharing her light, taking up space, does not mean that you are less than. It's an invitation for you to rise up, step up, come up into, your own authentic expression and share your light as well. So be mindful of that. Truly, I know I can see it when it's being reflected to me, when there's another woman that's like, like they don't like what I'm doing. I'm just like, okay, it sucks that it's triggering you that way. That's not what I mean to. And hopefully, you can find that within, because for me, like I said, my whole purpose is to remind each and every single one of you that you are worthy, you're innately worthy. You have your own power within you, and you have your own gifts within you that you are allowed to share and take up space. It's not just one person, it's not just a few, it's literally every single person has a role to play, has a gift and light within them, and it's time that we start remembering it, start healing ourselves, start healing our wounding, start realizing that we're not in competition. If anything, we all need to unite, right? Anyway, I'm gonna end this here. I don't know how you guys are liking this or not, but whatever. Like I said, I feel into the energy, and then I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna share, and this has been it lately. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know how this landed for you. Um, Again, my tip jar, my services, and my offerings are in the description box below. If you feel called to check them out, please do so. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.